jig-head rig. Let's practice mid-strolling.
Have you ever heard of the strolling technique in bass fishing? With the remarkable achievements of Japanese bass pros like Kyoya Fujita, it's likely that mid-strolling and hover strolling have caught lots of attention in the United States. I'm on a journey to master this technique. While I'm far from an expert, my passion drives me to dive deep into its practice this season. In this video, I'm going to share with you what exactly the strolling technique is. Popular in Japan for over 20 years, its origins trace back to the 90s, making it a well-kept secret among Western bass anglers until recently. This topic seems like a perfect fit for this channel, right? When we talk about the strolling technique, we usually mean mid-strolling with a jig-head rig. It's a strategy for catching bass that are hanging out in the middle depths of the water. The key here is making the lure swim in that zone as naturally as we can. Naturally is really the main point. We want the lure to look like a fish that's swimming freely, just going with the flow of the current. We know a soft lure might not have the aggressive appeal like jerkbaits and other hard lures. What strolling technique with soft lures specializes in is to make bass bite. This technique's subtle, defenseless presentation can be just the trigger needed to ram bass into feeding, even when they are not actively looking for a meal. It was said that the origin of this fishing style was Nagoya-style in the 90s. Nagoya is a big city based in the middle of Japan. The local anglers who fish bass at Lake Biwa often gathered at the tackle shop based in Nagoya and exchanged their secret techniques. That was a Nagoya-style jig-head swimming. This technique had been a local secret, but the secret had been being disclosed as those anglers won the competition using this technique. This new killer technique quickly spread out to the fishing community. Japanese anglers put many new ideas into the original method. Lots of innovations in fishing gear have been made since then. Nagoya-style refers to a technique that makes a stickbait move through the mid-depths of the water, swimming naturally without any tension. Another term for this technique is FUWA FUWA fishing. The word FUWA is a bit challenging to translate directly into English because there isn't an exact English equivalent. In this context, FUWA describes a lure moving effortlessly and aimlessly, similar to how a jellyfish drifts. So, allow the line some slack, avoiding too much tension on the lure to let it drift while still maintaining a lure to swim toward us by waving the line slack. This is the essence of Nagoya-style, and this is also what the strolling technique is. The original Nagoya-style method used stud by gambler lures. I believe it's the one distributed as Gambler the Shaky Shad nowadays. Years have passed since then when the Nagoya style was invented. These days, male relating the lure wander is no longer the main trend. Flashing mid-strolling has taken the spotlight. This method uses a lure with a flashing plate in its belly, or one that is two-toned, producing a roll action by gently shaking the line slack, which visually attracts fish. This updated approach is what's currently known as mid-strolling in the fishing scene. Okay, let's recap. The strolling technique is all about making a lure drift naturally in the water. Therefore, we are not limited to minnow-shaped soft lures. By using a Waki rigged senko, dropshot trick worms, and finesse jigs, this technique can be applied to a variety of lures and rigs. Rolling action is not a hard requirement. However, for flashing mid-strolling, minnow-shaped lures with a jig head rig are preferred. Flashing mid-strolling hinges on getting the lure to roll, and the placement of the jig head helps it. By positioning the jig head weight above the lure, we create a top-heavy distribution that makes the lure unstable and prone to tipping, much like a baby learning to stand. Their head, feeling heavier relative to their small body, causes them to wobble and use their hands to balance. Similarly, placing in the round head jig head weight as high position as we can, and rhythmically slackling and waving the line creates a cycle of stunning and falling hold the lure. This repeated action generates the rolling motion we aim for in flashing mid-strolling. Okay, let's check out my rigging and fishing footage. Remember what I've shared with you. As I mentioned, I'm not an expert on this technique yet, so I'm not certain how helpful my fishing footage will be. However, I hope it can provide you with some additional insights. Let's go!
Jig head rig 0.9 grams with Berkeley sneak minnow. Is split tail sharp minnow. Let's start fishing. The water looks slightly muddy, but it's okay. It's an okay condition. Come on. Mid-Strolling. This is a popular technique in Japan, and I believe it's getting popular in the United States too. Come on. This season, I decided to practice this technique. I want to be a master of strolling. The winds are annoying. Ooh. For this technique, the strong winds are bad condition. Come on. This lure, Berkeley sweet meal. I bought this in Finland, Helsinki, Finland. Last summer I went there, not for fishing. For my job, it was a business trip, a short stay in Helsinki. I went to an outdoor store and I found this lure, Berkeley sneak minnow. I have never seen this lure in the United States and also in Japan. This lure could be Europe only. 7.5 centimeters. Seems like a perfect fit for this technique. Come on. There in Finland, I believe anglers use this lure for perch, European perch, and zander. Now, it's my dream fish, zander. I will catch someday for sure. Zander. It looks like walleye. Walleye, I have caught it when I was living in Canada over 10 years ago. But zander, I have never ever tried zander fishing. I have never fished in Europe. I would love to try my luck in Europe. big northern pike, and thunder. I hope I have a chance in this year, 2024, and are lucky fishing in Europe. Shaking, shaking. Shaking, reading. Okay. Okay. Yes, mid-strolling. Berkeley, sneak me now. Look, nice hooking. Yes, mid-strolling. Thank you, rabbit. Yes.
Haha, only the small one I caught. That's fine. It's my practice. I need to try more. Only practice can help me improve my skills. Thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, please give me a big thumbs up. Share this video with your friends and communities. And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't made it yet. See you in the next video. Bye bye.